Hey guys, Atomic Flu 75 here, and I am going to talk to you guys today about how to do well in trials. Now, there are three main points that I want to get to, but before I talk about that, I just want to explain to you guys one thing that is just so important that a lot of these YouTubers don't focus on, and I've watched a lot of True Vanguard's videos, and he's touched lightly on it, but I don't think he's really emphasized how important it is. And it's just, most people are focused on, my strategy, what am I going to do, my gun skill, all that kind of stuff, but no one really focuses on yourself, your body, your human body. If you got 2 hours of sleep last night, how do you expect to make those clutch snipes? When you lose sleep, your reaction time drops exponentially. If you're not feeding yourself right, if you're not eating your vegetables, how is your brain going to process information quickly? It's just so undermined and so important that you take care of yourself as a human being to do well when controlling someone else in a virtual world. I mean, just do normal, every day-to-day things. Like, I feel like this is just general good life advice. Get 8 hours of sleep. Eat your vegetables. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Go to the gym every once in a while. It's going to help you immensely, because when your body is healthy and when your brain is healthy, you're going to process information so much faster, and your reaction times are going to be so much quicker. And in a game where, milliseconds count to a win or a loss, it's just so important that you take care of yourself as a human being first. And that kind of leads me into my second thing I wanted to talk about before I got into my main programming here, and that is, don't play angry. If you play angry, if you're not having fun, put the controller down, get up, and walk away. 10-15 minutes, let yourself wind down. When you come back, you're going to perform a lot better. Doing raids, I'll be stuck at the Oryx checkpoint on hard with a group, and the first time we attempt it, we'll get close, and then the next time we'll get a little less close, and then a little less close after that. And I found that almost every single time that I just kind of tell my group, hey guys, let's stop for a second. Let's just take a 10-15 minute break. Everyone go to the bathroom, get a snack, come back, and then we'll start over again. After that 10 to 15 minute break, we get it on that first try almost every single time. And that's just because when you're sitting down and you're getting frustrated with something, you're going to get so wound up that you're going to make irrational decisions. Like when I play Trials, and I make this mistake all the time. And when I get shotgun rushed by somebody, in a situation where I feel like I shouldn't have died, I was too far away, or my melee damage didn't register, I'm going to get frustrated. And when you're frustrated, you make bad decisions. And I'll get shotgunned, and I'll run up the map. I'm like, alright, I'm going to go kill this guy now. And then I'm going to run straight out of a door, straight into a checkpoint with 3 snipers on my head. And I'm going to die again. And that's going to make me more frustrated. And that means it's going to make me rush harder. And that's I'm going to die even faster. And it's a vicious cycle. And so if you're getting frustrated, get up and walk away. Like 10-15 minutes. Keep in mind, this is a game. If you're not having fun, then don't play. What's the point of playing if you're just getting frustrated in it, But that being said, let's move into my strategy guide into how to do well in the trials. And doing well in trials is all about knowledge. Knowledge is power. 3 knowledgeable plebs will beat 1 to 2 to 3 guys with godlike gun skill and no knowledge any day of the week. And it's just so important that you recognize that knowledge is power here. And there's going to be 3 things that you want to know. You're going to want to know who you're playing with, your teammates, not necessarily the enemy team, that's irrelevant, but you need to know your teammates. You need to know where you're playing, the map. If you need time to go look at the map, all right, go play some Crucible, you know. See if you can get to that map. When you get to that map, don't play the game mode. And I know this sounds kind of stupid, but just run around the map, explore it, you know. Check out your shotgun lanes and your sniping lanes and your choke points, and knowing where all of those are is going to help you immensely when you're playing Trials. And the third thing you're going to want to know is your strategy. Too many times I've run into a game where, you know, we're just chatting it up about our, you know, our daily lives and all that kind of stuff, and then suddenly we're spawning in to our first round, and we have no idea who's going where, who's doing what, you know. I have no idea what the classes are that my teammates are running, and that puts us at a severe disadvantage. Knowing your teammates, I'm going to go over these one by one. So knowing your teammates is crucially important. A team that you play with for the first time, you're not going to do well. I mean, play with people you know. The team that I do the best with is with my brother and his childhood best friend, who I've known for 7 years. I mean, we used to play Call of Duty together all the time. And then we started playing Destiny together. And we know each other. We know our little ticks, and we know how we're going to react to certain situations, and we can talk to each other fluently. And my brother, I love him, but he's casual, and I'm not, and his friend is not. But because we can communicate with him well, he does well. And that's just so crucially important, is knowing your team, knowing how they're going to play, knowing how they're going to react, and having great communication between your teammates. The second thing is knowing your map. Know your surroundings. Know where all of your choke points are. Know where all of your doorways, your sniper lanes, your shotgun lanes. That's going to help you so much. And to communicate that to your teammates is crucial. And to put names to all these spots. Because if you say, you know, I got 2 people in doorway. I'm like, all right, well, which doorway? You know, is it the one behind us or in front of us? Or, you know, one on the other side of the map? You know, you don't know. And to come up with a system of call-outs before you go into a match, not while you're in the match, but before you go into a match, is going to help you so much. And that leads me to my third and most important point, and that's knowing your strategy. You need to go into that game knowing exactly what you're going to be doing. You need to know, again, back to knowing your teammates, you need to know what weapons your teammates are running. If both of your teammates are running Midas Sniper, it might be a good idea to run Last Word shotgun, because then that gives your team the dynamic of short and long range. If you run into a match and you have a guy with a sniper running straight at this person, and you have the guy with the Last Word shotgun sitting on the catwalk in the back, you're done. You know, you're not gonna do well. But knowing where you're going and who's doing what is going to help so much. And you'll hear all the bigger name YouTube stars talk about communication, and they're right. Communication is so important, but all too often I see people communicating, and they're communicating with each other, but they're not using the information. For example, I was playing Trials a card last week, and I jumped into a hallway, and I got my Titan Striker. You know, I got my shotgun. I got my shoulder charge primed. I'm like, all right, I'm coming around this corner. He's right there. I'm going to shoulder charge him, and if I miss, I'll shotgun him. What I didn't see was that there was another guy directly behind him, and there was 2 guys in that hallway. So I turned the corner. You know, they both got Last Words on, and they destroy me in about 0.2 seconds. And so right when that happens, I call it to my teammates. I'm like, hey, there are 2 guys in there. And then I see one switch to a sniper. And now they have the dynamic of long range and short range, and that's a very good move on that team's part, because now if someone rushes, you got that Last Word to take him out, and if someone tries to pick him off from the end of the hallway, you got that sniper there, and that's still a team shot, and you're going to lose that engagement every time. And I tell my teammates that, and I hear one of my teammates go, okay, and then he takes off from my other teammate, who is smart and stays back, and he's like, all right, yeah, I heard you, and then he just runs up straight into that hallway and tries to pick him off, and then dies immediately, and now it's 1-on-3. and we ended up losing that card pretty badly. But it's not just communicating, but it's taking that information and actually using it. I know that sounds pretty obvious, but a lot of people don't do that. And, I'm not perfect. I make my mistakes, and I try to learn from them. But these, some people just, they hear you, but they don't listen. And you gotta really emphasize that when going into a trials match. And one more thing I would recommend is just having one person decide what the team's gonna do. If you have 3 people all deciding they're gonna do different things, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if they call it out, because you guys are all gonna be in separate places around the map, and then it's gonna create 1v2s, 1v3s, and you guys are gonna get destroyed right away. Now, all this being said, there's a lot more I'd like to cover as far as Trials of Osiris goes, but I don't want to make an hour-long video, so I'm gonna just consider this video 1, and I'm gonna try and get video 2 out later this week, and try and get it all out before Trials of Osiris on Friday. Thank you so much. This is Atomic Flu.